Friends, welcome to Dr. Vet channel. Dr. P.R. Patel here, Professor Head, Veterinary Medicine. We are continually discussing mastitis. This is part 9. Here we will discuss prevention and control of mastitis. Prevention and control is little bit long. So we have divided this video into two parts. So here we will discuss prevention and control of mastitis part A, and half of this we will discuss in part B. Mastitis is very important bacterial disease, you know already that thing. We discuss prevention and control program of mastitis. In prevention and control, the farmer or a clinician or a herd owner has to follow strict hygienic milking program, strict environment in the farm. Now we'll see first the steps. Step number 1, segregation and treatment of infected cow. Step 2, reduction of time of infection. Step 3, reduction in development of new infection. Step 4, teat dipping procedure. Step 5, sealing of teat. Step 6, sequence of milking program. There are other steps also. We will see these steps in next slide. We continue here prevention and control program of mastitis. In previous slide, we have seen 6 steps. Here step number 7, nutrient supplement. 8, treatment of teat injury. 9, disposal of mastitis milk. 10, identification of subclinical mastitis. 11, drying of non-responsive quarters. 12, soft bedding. 13, cleaning of milking shed floor. 14, fly population control. All these 14 steps should be followed strictly to reduce or control the mastitis. Detail about these things we will see in the next slide onwards. Previous slides we have seen 14 steps. Now each step we will see in little bit detail. Segregation of infected animal, that is the first step. Whenever any animal is found infected, isolate the clinically infected cow so that it will not transmit the infection to other healthy cow. Then follow immediate proper treatment and complete treatment based on antibiogram. What is antibiogram? I have already discussed in treatment aspect. It is nothing but certain specific antibiotics effective against specific organism that can be identified and can be performed clinically. It is nothing but a antibiotic sensitivity test. Here we will see important principles of prevention and control, and one is reduction of time of infection. Remember, reduction means decrease in time of infection. Anyhow, we can delay the infection. That is the aim here. At the time of initiation of drying off, when the cattle become drying off, in the initial stage, give intra-mammary infusion treatment to all quarters. Because when the cow become dry, we are paying less attention to this cow. An infection may occur, may produce mastitis, and the quarter may be dry up. Quarter may be useless. So, it is important to infuse intramammary antibiotics at the time of drying off in all quarters and provide a rational treatment to all clinical cases immediately. Whenever cases are found in farm or in animal, give the rational treatment. It is not haphazard treatment. Rational treatment means with the knowledge of drug and the knowledge of disease. That means strictly follow the antibiogram program. We have already discussed it. Then culling of chronic non-responding mastitis cases as early as possible, because in the farm, as long as this chronic non-responding mastitis cases are there, they go on shedding the infection to the other animal. So remove this as early as possible. Cull these animals. In the previous slide, we have seen the first principle, reduction in time of infection. Now here another important principle, reduction in development of new infection. How we can reduce the new infection? After each milking, perform dipping of all teats with disinfectants. These disinfectants will kill the organism. So it is important step. Before and after milking, thorough washing of teats, udder and hands of milker. Not only washing, but again washing with antiseptic solution also to kill the infection. Before and after milking, complete cleaning and disinfection of cup of milking machine and other part of the milking machine. If the milking machine is followed, this step is to be followed before and after milking. Complete disinfection of the cup and milking machine, because they are also harboring the infection. Then intramammary infusion in all quarters at the time of dry down. We have already seen in the previous steps. This is also followed in the second step to prevent the development of the new infection. Friends, you already know that most of the udder infection or mastitis is due to entry of organism from the environment through the teat opening to the teat canal and to the udder. So important step to reduce the infection on tip or teat hole, teat aperture, carry out teat dipping procedure. Here all the teeth should be dipped before milking and after each milking with antiseptic solution. The purpose here is there to kill the organism on the teat and in the teat opening. The solution used are iodophore solution, hypochlorite solution, or chlorhexidine solution. This will reduce the infection on teeth and teeth opening to a great extent. Friends, already we have discussed that entry of environmental organism into the udder is through teeth opening. So this one idea, sealing of teeth. So if teeth opening and teeth are sealed after milking, then there are no chances of entry of organism into the teeth canal. The purpose is to prevent entry of outside environmental infection through teeth opening. Very good idea. Here, the whole teeth is dipped in acrylic solution. Teeth is dipped in acrylic solution. And when this solution becomes dry, this solution makes a very thin film which covers the whole teeth. So there are no chances of entry of environmental infection into the udder. And this will also help in reducing the number of mastitis cases. Friend, simple and effective step is sequence of milking program. Very important. So here what the owner or the farmer has to do. First, non-infected healthy cows should be milked first. First, non-infected healthy cows should be milked first. Then infected cow milked last. So that this infected cow may not transmit infection to the healthy cow because you are milking first the healthy cow, then infected cow last to avoid the infection to the healthy cows. Remember, this step is very much important. Then another, of the infected cow in the cow, 1/4, 2/4 or 3/4 may be infected or may be normal. So of the infected cow, first milk the normal quarter and then milk the infected quarter. Infected quarter must be milked last. So there are no chances of transmit of infection from infected quarter to healthy quarter. And important step is discard the milk of clinically infected quarter properly outside the farm. Don't throw this infected milk on the floor of the milking shed. Otherwise, it may infect the other healthy cows. Friends, we have discussed prevention and control part A. Next time we will see in next presentation we will see prevention and control part B. Request you to share this important information to veterinary and students. Request you to subscribe this channel and video. Thank you very much for observing this video. Thanks.